Hello guys, welcome back. Let's talk about service locator. Uh, when people talk about dependence and injector, right? One of the things I know to mention is locator. Locator. I can't remember how we read this. Locator dot how do we always read this using dot get or something? I'm sorry, it's been a while. I used like a like get it for service locator. Oh yeah. Locator dot get or something. Maybe gets user service. I can't remember, but let's just say it's get. Let's assume it is get. I know it's something. Get user service. And this is this. But this is service location or locator, right? So service locator is a pattern that involves more like the central registry where all dependencies every dependency, let's say, for instance, we have the engine dependency, we have the repository dependency, right? This is where all your dependencies are registered. Yeah, so you can build one by yourself or decide to use service locator like get it, or I don't know if in version of control there is IOC container by what's his name? Yeah, well, there's IOC container that you can check out and just use or play around that. I think that's for the payments. I've never used it before, but I know that I just see it on my timeline. And yeah. Anyways, let's talk about service locator. Right. Let's try to create or recreate what you've been using in Get It. So the very first thing is creating like the service locator. Instead of having to you can easily register instances of every services and just locate it, right? Depends on how you want, or depends on the design of your code. But let's just do this. Class service locator. What can we call us? It's just service locator. All right. Or we can, it's fine with as just service locator, to be honest. So how does your service locator? The service locator is one of the simplest thing, and it is just like you defining like a map of different types, and you registering and uh, getting. So let's do this. Let's say we should use a singleton, right? Should we use a singleton or we should use a static? Let's just use a static. Um, yeah, static by now. We have a map. We need a variable that where you register all the services in yeah. So yeah, this is it map type. And dynamic objects, because it's an object. Yeah, because what we'll be registering are all objects, right? In services. Should we make this seriously? I really don't know how I wrote that. Maybe I assumed I had no written map and then I wrote map type. But yeah, the next thing we need is we need a way to register this dependency. Static void register 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 type T. Right. We don't know the type, so type T and then T instance, which is the instance of whatever service you're registering. Then services services. Yeah, this should be private. Services equals to uh services or the type of T or the type of whatever instance you're having equals to the instance you're passing equals to the instance you're passing. Why are you giving us error? The value of T cannot be assigned to a variable type objects. Right. So let's just switch this to that. Another thing we can do is whenever you call the service locator, we can just let's just switch this to dynamic, please. So we don't complicate everything. Let's switch this to dynamic. Yeah, so we don't complicate everything, right? So what I was assuming is we set the type directly from the service locator. So when you're instantiating the service locator, you have the type T, and then you can just you can just add this. Nah, it's not going to work. Sorry, that's not going to work. Let's just continue with this simple pattern. The next thing is we want to get. The next thing is we want to get. So the way to get is static T. Static T get. Right. Static T get. And when you're getting, you have this type T. Type T, and yeah, then we can return services with this type. Can return the services with this type T as T. I don't know if we need to cast it, but I don't know if we need to cast this, but let's just cast this. Just to be sure that we're doing something. So this is a simple service locator. All right. This is you just registering your services and just locating it in different parts of your code. Right. So let's say, for instance, let's try to play around this. Let's say, for instance, you have your simple service locator. You want to register. You want to register the yes. You want to register the admin repository. Let's use let's use the admin repository, right? You want to register the admin repository. So the first thing, if you want to get the admin repository from here, how you would want to get this is service locator.get type. Let's do this. So to get the admin repository from here, all you can use is final service locator dot get. We've not registered, by the way. Final service locator dot get, I guess. Just gets. Um, a second. Oh yeah, we've not imported this. Or have we imported service locator? We've imported the service locator. Then what's going on? Yeah, final admin repository. I can see my mistake. Admin repository equals to service locator dot get. Right. So we can now pass in the type. We can now pass in the type and just say, hey, what are we locating here? We are locating a type of user repository. We are locating a type of user repository. We've not registered this yet, so it's most likely going to return now. Yeah. So this is it. Then the next thing is we come up here and then we register our repository before calling the get user service, by the way. We register the repository, and how to register is also as simple. Service locator dot register. What instance are we registering? We are registering the repository, right, which is admin user repository. Admin user repository, and we can just set the type to user repository. Seriously, what the hell am I doing? So this keyboard is way more confusing than ever. Seriously, I would have to. I'll switch keyboard most likely on the next. I can't keep battling or moving around with a keyboard like this. I think I'm comfortable with just a laptop keyboard or my Mac keyboard that I have. So user repository, and yeah, this is just what service locator is all about, right? This is what's just locating service all about. So you can easily register a you can easily register a service and use it anywhere in your application. Right. You can easily register a service and use it anywhere in your application. All you just have to do is, get and, get and do whatever you want to do. If we run this would most likely run. I don't know if we would have it. Yeah. So you can see in the get user service, we don't have to create the instance, right? So we can still carry the same user repository service and use it somewhere else. That's what service location is all about, and that's what dependency injection is all about. Also for for those that are watching from the previous video. This is basically everything, and this has just been demonstrating like the differences between service locator and dependency injection. So next time you want to import get it right, you can easily just sit down and build your own service locator. It's just as simple as this, right? And though get it might have some complex, some much more advanced functions like maybe registering lazy singleton or something like that. Yeah, but if for simple like locating service, you can just easily create yours. Um, that will be all for dependency injection and service locator, right? Maybe in another video, in another playlist, we are going to talk about something different. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Cesar. I'm a software engineer and a Google developer expert for Flutter and that. And I have a very much interesting GitHub that you can play around. I am more of like a fun programmer. I don't like to do basic things. When I say basic things, I like to go out of my way to build. You can check out my profile on GitHub and just okay, I think there is an issue. I got disconnected earlier. So you can check my GitHub. I'll attach the link to the description. Yeah, that should be it as regards service location, and that should be it as regards this tutorial. Next tutorial or next class would maybe be a bit more, I hope, a bit more interesting, but I'll try to improve, I'll try to improve over time as regards these videos. Maybe trying to make it shorter if shorter videos are better, or trying to make it longer if longer videos are better. But yeah, thank you very much for watching once again. See you in another video.